C.Simmers versus C.Marks in the final at the SHISEIDO Tahiti Pro presented by Outerknown. The final stop of the regular season. All USA matchup. Florida versus California.
It's just as dangerous when it is this size.
And Flick, looks like we're starting the final. C.Simmers just up and out, feeling out her equipment and setting priorities. So Caroline holding priority as Caitlin's paddles back out. Let's break down the conditions for the final with Strider. What are we seeing?
She's a higher seed going into the WSL Finals than what Caroline is, but up and riding Caroline.
Caroline just up and out, so after being nice and patient, it'll just be a priority throw right back. As she looks to hold that rail, pulls up into the pocket, and ends up falling on the wrapping cutback. You see how challenging the conditions are right now for this final.
Katie, sort of a little in and out, really quick one, but hits that wobble on the inside and just comes unstuck. But you could just see the color of that wave, just how white it was, which means that there's a lot of foam, water through the face of that wave.
That was about the time when Mel Redmond Carr was actually in the title race. Had a lot of wins that season as we look through the tube with C.Marks' first completion of the final. And a cool carve on the open face. And I'm glad that she just didn't kick out, laid down the rail real quick. In these challenging conditions, you probably want to show the judges a little bit of everything right now. Take another look here.
This wave just stayed pretty open for Caroline. It was a smaller one. Manages to get another carve on the outside there. So have a look. Threads through that one pretty nicely. Really laying that board on rail. You can see it was a smaller wave though, which I'm sure the judges will probably take into consideration. Probably a bit more room to move.
Always impressive when you can perform here for your first time in a jersey. Here comes C.Simmers, and she loses that rail. It was like a step halfway down the face, and she goes down hard. Medina going for a third win out here as we lock in with C.Simmers, needing a 2.54 up and out. It's almost thinking she might just try to throw down a couple turns. 325, a bowling little wave that's cupped out for C.Marks. She lays one down off the top. Caroline chips it off the lip again. Nice clean read on this one. Adapting to maneuvers, and now she's got a backup for the 5.33.
Just smart surfing. She almost lost it there, but backs it up with another turn. Finishes off with a bit of a carve. Really liked it. You got to think that she's just going to improve on her situation here and make that requirement a little bit harder for Katie. Super smart. I think Katie had that same opportunity. She just sort of didn't take it. Almost lost it there. But regains balance. Straight up into the lip. And finishes off with a third turn. So nice wave. You got to think she's going to be replacing that lower score.
Smart surfing for C.Marks, world number 3. It's kind of what Caitlin's doing. I mean, she had been here in the past on that trip last season, but her first time in a jersey or competing, it's a whole nother story as she gets locked in and showing her game plan, trying to knife that one into the pit, and she'll go down. Her second win of the season and world number 3 will have some confidence heading into the Rip Curl WSL Finals.
Whoa, that was pretty cool. Really cool moment for Caroline. Just surfing with maturity, you know. She just really adapted to the conditions. Obviously talked to her coach Luke before she went out, and they would have seen that the conditions are deteriorating so much, and it was just really, you know, if you get a wave, make the most of it, and she did.